Gal, good morning. I'll wait for some people to join in. And then I thought maybe some question and answers would be kind of fun. I have questions and you have the answers. So let's get going here. All right. I'll wait till somebody shows up and then we'll go from there. Meanwhile, I'm going to have a nice caffeinated beverage. All right. One person's watching. I'm all set. Chicago's checking in. What's going on, Mark? So May and I are moving. It's packing day. May's busy filling boxes with all of her clothes. That's the majority of the move. What's up, Mr. Dave, aka China? I'll keep you posted on what we were talking about. Good morning, K9, buddy. Oh, yeah. Good morning, Rich. Yeah, volume is good on this because I use a different microphone. And so on the videos I've been doing, the last 2 or 3, I used my new phone, but I didn't use any microphones because I've been experimenting at your expense, I guess. So I've been trying to figure out the settings on the new phone. And as everybody knows, I'm very technically challenged, but I was playing with it. And so it worked better. But when I plugged the microphones in, it got really loud. And so anyway, I think I've straightened that out. And the wireless microphones that I bought turned out to be completely worthless because at the end of the day, they didn't send me what I thought I was getting. I got something, a lower end of it. So that was $200 out the window. But what are you going to do? So I'll give those microphones to somebody and let them play with them. And then I think that's the problem with buying stuff online is I'd rather walk into a brick and mortar building and touch it and smell it and feel it and look at it and ask somebody a question if I've got one. And so when I had problems with Sabine Tech on the microphones not working, they were really cool. And they said, hey, we'll send you 2 more because they're defective. And I said, well, okay, that's great. And then they went and charged me for them when they said they wouldn't. Then they refunded me. And so that's all good. But then lo and behold, they said, could you send us a picture of your microphones? And they said, oh, well, and I did. And they said, oh, well, those aren't the ones that mate blah, blah, blah. Because what I'm trying to do is avoid using their goofy app, which diminishes the video quality and the sound quality and all that. So at the end of the day, I just got the lower end of the spectrum, if you will. And I would really like to walk into a place and just be able to buy something without buying it online. And Shopee, I think, will be my next move instead of Amazon. And I don't know. We'll see where that goes. But the microphones, I think I'm going to have, and please keep giving me feedback, kids, on my videos about the volume, because it doesn't hurt my feelings, trust me. If it's too low, it's too low. If it's too loud, it's too loud. But I think we figured it out last night. Me and I were playing around. We made like 5 or 6 just videos that we ended up deleting. We were just talking and testing and doing this and doing that. And so, you know, that's it. That's it on my little rant. 90 degrees in Chicago. Oh, you know what? Good morning, Jen. I'm going to read you guys an email I got. And I want to kind of give you guys a public service announcement. That was actually what I was thinking when I started this live stream was I was going to do a video about this topic, but that's time sensitive. So it's not something that would be pertinent, say, in a month. And what else? And it's about being quarantined. It's about coming over here to the Philippines. I was going to make a video saying, don't come to the Philippines. And I thought, well, no, that's not a good topic for a video that will be up there for a long time. So we'll go over it in this live stream. I've got a couple of nightmare stories from some guys that have written me. And I've also had a number of guys take the time to write me these big, long manifesto type of emails saying how disappointed they are in my channel lately, that I've gotten away from it because there's bikini girls and whatnot on it. So give me a feedback on that. I do what I want to do. You know, it's, I don't have a prudish lifestyle, and at the same time, I don't have any kind of wild, crazy lifestyle either. I just do what I want to do, and things change. And I started doing YouTube 2 years ago in July, and sure, I'm going to be different. I'm different now. But I should read you this one email this guy sent me, but it's just too long. But let me know. Let me know what you think. You know, are you all disappointed in me? Here's the deal. Every now and then I'll sit down and I'll have like an emotional or reflective moment, and I'll talk about something very sincerely from my heart. And I try to be as truthful and as honest and as sincere as possible. And I think that those videos resonate with people because they too have walked that path or have been down that road or have had that aggravation or that problem or that success or that failure, whatever it might be. But not every day is the same. And sometimes we got a bunch of wacky chicks over here that are jumping around with me, and we put them on the channel. So that's the day. But you tell me. Summer is here, and the living is, you know what? Sunny Mexico, coming in strong. Hey, Greg. So in a minute here, I am going to read an email from a cat that came over here. And let's see. Oh, this is the guy complaining about this is the guy complaining about girls in bikinis. This guy he got all kinds of advice for what I should do and how it's going to fail and how I need to stop doing all that. Let's see. And he's got all kinds of information. And what else has he got on here? Let me get off topic for a second. Not fair. Not knowing your channel is true. Oh, here you go. So this is what this guy wrote me. Okay. I know you have good intentions, but your channel is turning bad once it was very good. I know monetization can bring you on the wrong path. That bikini sells, that pertinent content is hard to find once you think you've covered all, that your wallet took over your initial genuine diary. But what kind of followers do you want? What do you want to bring to the world through YouTube? Please back to the basics. So he's basically telling me to get back to what I used to do. And I'm doing exactly what I choose to do. And if you'll notice, he gets into this whole thing about money and donations and all this, that, and the other. If you look at the bottom of my screen, I've never once put anything up that said, please support my channel, and neither has May. And the only time May and I have done any kind of fundraising is for other people. And we had concerts for Jason when he was sick. We did some stuff for the kids up at the Japanese shrine, and it's always been for someone else. And so being monetized and running ads on the videos is the only way that I get paid. I don't have affiliate links. I mean, I have PayPal because people send us money, but we end up usually giving that to other people. But it takes money to make these things. It takes time. It takes energy. And I think running a few ads on a video is perfectly fine. But none of us, we never put anything that says, please support us, please donate, please do this, please do that. Hey, how are you doing, young lady? And I'm not dissing those that do. I am chipper today. I think it's fine. I think that if that's what they want to do, and they need to do that to support themselves, or they've got memberships. That's the whole. Remember that membership idea? I refused to do it because it was 99 cents, and I didn't want to charge people to watch videos. So, but there's people that love to tell me about what other people are doing and how I should do it like that, and it's like bullshit. I'm going to do what I freaking want to do. And but we don't have affiliate links. Affiliate links are like Filipino Cupid and health insurance and travel insurance and this, that, the other. I don't have any of that. And for the guys that do, more power to you. There's people that have memberships that start at $3 and go up to $19.99, and they'll send you special videos and chat you and do this, that, and the other. I think that's awesome. I've had guys call me, and I've said, just call me on Messenger and I'll talk to you. I don't do a consultation fee or any of that. And so if I'm in the mood on a Monday to talk about something from the bottom of my heart, then I'm going to go ahead and do it. And if the next day May's sister comes over and wants to sit down, I want to promote her channel, I'm going to do that too. So there. But I want to tell you about this. I got off on a rant, didn't I? But I want to tell you about this quarantine thing. I got to find that email. Aloha. Let's see if I can keep up with all this. Oh, yes. Kisses to baby May. Down under in the house. Welcome to it. Good morning, my friend. I just had a funny thought. Good morning. No, we're moving up the mountain. In fact, today with baby May, I explain all that. And we just did a little video on her channel. And we're going to be moving this week to a 3-bedroom house, which is less money than my 1-bedroom apartment. And I have no disrespect for the apartments. They're great. They're awesome. But we just bounced into this deal. It really just was something that found us. We didn't look for it. It found us. And I explained kind of how that whole dynamic happened. So if you guys are tuned into Baby May's channel, we got a little video up about that. And then before we leave here, we'll do like an exit video, show you guys the place, because it's a real nice apartment complex. So if you guys are looking for a place, if you can ever get out here, and that's what I want to really talk about, is getting out here and guys trying to get out of here and some of the hell people are going through. All right, so let me find this guy's email, kids. Let's see. She's packing. Yes. That is 100% correct. You will see absolutely no effort on my part to put anything anywhere. Oh my goodness. Now maybe it was, see, here we go. Maybe it wasn't an email. Maybe it was a friggin' message. Hold on a second. Oh, here it is. All right. It is a message. It's not an email. The other guy was an email. The guy that's pissed off at me. Your chats are funny today. I'm all over the friggin' map. I don't know why. I'm in a really good mood. We are going up the mountain. And it's not far from here. Good morning, guys. Let me answer a few of these. And good morning, Randy. And then I'll read this. I'll read this message from this guy. So I'm trying to give you Resorts World in Vegas grand opening. I'll read this to you guys, and it's kind of a word of the wise, if you will, of what you might expect if you're trying to bug out here. And I don't want to do a video saying don't come to the Philippines because everything changes. Good morning, friend. Looking forward to seeing your new place. Yeah, what we're going to do is I was a little concerned about security because back when we lived in our first apartment, we actually had some kind of weirdo guy rent one bungalow there and was following us around. And so I got really nervous about May. And one thing I like about living here is that it's a compound. And so there's neighbors and all that. And so there's a lot of just self-imposed security. You know what I'm saying? Not a security guard, but there's a gate and there's a wall. And the new place has a gate and a fence and all that good stuff. And I really got a lot of relief out of the fact that our neighbor at the new place is also the landlord. And she's outside every day. And her and May are thick as thieves. You know, they get along real well. And she's a real nice lady. She's Filipino. And so hopefully, because I have to sometimes bug out of the country and to renew visas, or I just go on little vacations. We're going to get May a passport so she can start bugging around with me. And we're thinking about in about a year, when all the COVID stuff is finally settled down and everybody's either vaccinated or not, her and I want to travel and possibly live somewhere else. So let me read this to you, kids. Hey, Paul, wife and I arrived in Manila from the States the other day and are doing our 10-day quarantine at the Bayview Park Hotel on Roxas. Cost per day is $100 with the shittiest food imaginable included, served with absolutely no vegetables. Breakfast consists of one hot dog and one small ball of rice or slice of canned luncheon meat with rice. And no, it's nothing close to Spam. Spam would be considered a steak in comparison. Lunch and dinner is either a single piece of chicken or 4 bites of either beef or chicken, but no more than 4 small chunks of meat. The TV has no Fox News, maybe just 2 English-speaking channels, and no food deliveries permitted from Shakey's, KFC, or anything like that. It is a strict hotel lockdown. And if you open the door for more than maybe 30 seconds to grab your food, an alarm goes off and you would be arrested for violating quarantine arrangements. If you want additional food, you must order hotel food and pay 3 or 4 times normal outside charges. Sample, a fruit plate costs 423 pesos and not very big. The chef salad is small and costs 400 pesos with very little lettuce. Hotel workers wearing plastic suits over their clothing, mask, and face shields. They sip your food outside the door with a bottle of water on a plastic chair and run. I'm laughing at the guy. I'm just telling you that this poor son of a gun, nicest guy on the planet. Him and I have chatted, and he's going to go to Angeles City, I believe, after he gets done with this lockdown, because his wife or his girlfriend or something's there. And I just wanted to read that to you. 2 emails I wanted to read to you. I wanted to read one guy, a partial one, where the guy was bitching me out about my channel. And then this guy, that's atypical of the quarantine experience out here. So you guys are, free boys and girls. You can do what you want to do. But if you come in now and you go to Manila, that's pretty much the quarantine experience in these hotels. And they're very expensive. They are, again, the food. You heard about the food, television options. In other words, that it's just way overpriced. It's only 10 days. It's not like you've been sentenced to 3 years in prison or anything. But I just kind of felt that it was important that I share that with you guys this morning, and maybe just wait. That's what I'm doing. I need to get back to the States pronto and get some things handled and go see my dad and stuff. I'm not going to go until I know I can come back here. But anyway, that's my rant. Actually, I'm not up early. It's 9 o'clock in the morning here. In fact, I don't think I ever broadcast at this time. I'm usually broadcasting at like 4 in the morning. All right, we were to bring Dean on. Friggin' Dean. That was another thing I took a lot of crap for. And you guys know what I'm talking about. I had this guy named Dean Verano on, and he's different. Let's just say that. Okay. And the whole point of that was to do a little public service announcement, because he had contacted me and let me know that he was living in Nicaragua. And so I chatted with him, and I knew he was loopy when I was talking to him. But I thought, wow, that would be a good little public service announcement for you guys, that Nicaragua would be an option for you. And I still think it is. So you can go there right now with no quarantine and all the hoo-ha. And according to him, it's really, inexpensive to live, and it's a nice place and good food and all that, wah, wah, wah. So I brought him on to explain it himself. And he's just this big playboy guy with just a personality that's off the charts. And I just cried laughing at the comments because the guy was just so funny. And but I have to really give some thought as to whether I want Dean back on again. Oh no. Whew. I hope everybody's all right on that. Hopefully you got a big truck to put your dad away from the stores. Well, we're moving over here. I've got to tell you, is absolutely nothing compared to when I moved in the States, because number one, I don't have a lot of stuff to move, except for May's clothes. I got two big items. I got a couch and I got this little freezer. And I've inherited some ballot buying boxes, but that's another story. But basically what we do, or what May will do, is put her clothes in a bag and or bags, and then the foodstuffs we'll pack up. We're going over there today. We've got 6 or 7 days before we are done here. I gave myself a 2-week window to move, because I needed to buy a refrigerator and I needed to buy a brand new mattress. So I wanted those delivered and in place and done before we moved in. And we're going over today. May's going to hang curtains and decorate it, because it didn't have curtains. And it's sort of like a semi-furnished place. It's got a little bit of this, but it's got a lot less than what this place had. So we'll have to go out. We'll have to buy some stuff, but no big deal. But the move itself is for $30, tops $40 if you want to be generous. The guys that are my mechanics are going to bring a truck over and can load it all up in 2 loads, maybe 3 with the ballot buying boxes, and just drive it up the road and unload it for us. And it's really just a matter of just unpacking. It takes longer. And the move itself is like, they don't have a long way to go. the place is 15 minutes from here. And you can basically just put all your stuff, like I said, in a box or in a bag and just transport it and then unload it and figure out where it's going to go. But it's got 3 bedrooms. So we'll just take our time with it. I'm not, it doesn't come with a TV, and I don't think I'm going to buy one. I think I'm going to go TV-less for a while. Hey, John, good morning. Yeah, you're right. The bike is, the other nice thing about it is it's, there's no, well, I call it the road of death. There's no big, long dirt road that I've got to take to get there on the gay-looking little scooter. It's just a matter of pulling up and opening the gate and then driving back to the house. It's on a road, but the road is not busy. So, you know, because it's just, there's no big trucks going by. There's no jeepneys. There's basically just motorbikes. And we've been to the house 3 times, morning, noon, and night, a couple of times to check the noise level, because that's what you can get screwed by. Well, I'm saying hi to everybody. Let's see. Good morning from, where's PNW? John Schaefer. What am I not understanding that? Pacific Northwest. See? Brain cells kicked in. 90 in SoCal, huh? Yeah, the volume is good every day on these things because I got this, my Johnny Carson microphone. See? Like, I hook this bitch up to the phone, I'd be in good shape, but I can't. So what am I going to do? Yeah. Watch it. Now, are you talking about the volume on the video? Because I did a video where I interviewed May's sister. And got some guys all jicky because she was wearing a bikini top. Anyway, I'm hoping the video came out good. I didn't use any microphones on that at all, but we're still playing with it. What's going on there in Arizona, Brandon? Yes, if you guys decide to hit the thumbs up button on this video or this live stream, make sure to hydrate because it takes a lot of effort, especially if you're using a mouse. From an old deaf dude, the volume is good tonight. You can always make it louder or we can turn down our receiver. But either way, it's good to hear from you. Yeah, that's a good point. The problem that I had, K9, was when I turned it up really loud, it got kind of staticky and echoey and all that jazz. So it's just a matter of playing with the different buttons on the phone itself. And I think I got it figured out. What May and I figured out, though, was we were playing. We did like 4 or 5 videos for like, 2 minutes long. And I found that if I took the microphone and put it down lower, it actually worked a lot better. So hopefully I've got it figured out. Time for a coffee. Thanks, buddy. I'll do that. I've got some friends that I need to buy some coffees for. Paul, when coming to the Philippines, what's the best way to find living arrangements for a month or 2? That's a good question. I can only tell you what I did, which was nothing. I just figured that when I got here, I'd get a hotel room. And so when I landed in Cebu 4 years ago, I got into a taxi and I said, take me to a hotel. And the guy took me to, I think it's a circle. I've only been there, Fuente Circle or something like that. Anyway, and I told the taxi driver, just wait outside. I'm going to go look at the hotel. And we went to 2 or 3 hotels before I found one that I wanted to stay at. One was too much money and blah, blah, blah. And it was only for one night. I was only staying that evening. And what an evening that was. And then I took a bus at 9 o'clock in the morning to Dumaguete. So a hotel would be my answer. And I think you can negotiate. I think one of my big mistakes was that, in fact, I know one of my mistakes was that I didn't stay at the hotel longer. Unfortunately, the room was really small. It was weird. It was a weird hotel room. The bathroom was really big, and the room itself was really small. I could barely put my suitcase down and organize my clothes. And but I would work out a deal where I took 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and negotiate a price if that's possible with the hotel. And I think normally they'll do that. And so, and then just kind of take your time. And if you're going to rent an apartment or whatnot, don't trust the internet is really what I'm trying to say here. I've booked places on other islands just to go on little mini vacations a couple of years ago, and they weren't anything like they were supposed to be. So it's a tough question. It's a good question. But what I did was when I got to Dumaguete from Cebu, I did the same thing. I got off the bus and I jumped onto a trike, and the guy looked at me and I said, "Take me to a hotel." And he did. And hindsight being 2020, I think I would have just changed hotels, found one that was a little more accommodating, and then taken more time looking for an apartment. Because my first apartment, once I moved in, I couldn't wait to move out. It was a major mistake. And I was trying to save money by getting out of the hotel, and I ended up spending more money by moving into the apartment. So that's what I did. So if you want to call it advice, that's it. Good morning, Lori. Can you turn up the talent? World's a comedian. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate you. You gotta admit, though, that if you're gonna, that's kind of what I like doing on the channel. Is I don't want to just do the same thing. If this guy was right, I understand where this guy was coming from. I appreciate his letter. It was written from his heart that he wants me to go back to what I was doing a year ago. But things have changed, and I like to entertain myself, and I like you guys to be entertained. And so you bring this loopy guy on and just let him go off the reservation. And he actually did not keep his word. I was a little pissed off at it because I talked to him the day before and I said, "Listen, don't promote your channel. Don't be bringing all these girls on," because he told me his story. He's this guy that likes to rotate women, and he's got a lipstick company and blah, blah, blah. I said, just tell him about Nicaragua. Just let's make this a public service thing, because he got my attention when he said it's 2 hours from Florida and there's no quarantine. You get 90 days. And it just seemed like a real easy place. He's lived there for 8 years or 10 years or something like that. And it just seemed like a really awesome opportunity for someone that doesn't want to go to Mexico, or they don't want to go. They want to get out of the States. They want to get out of the UK, or they want to get out of wherever they're at and go into a holding pattern, if you will, somewhere else. You can get into Thailand, but it's a whole drill. And Vietnam's still closed. Philippines, I just read you, but you can come here if you want to go through 10 or 14 days of super expensive torture, being quarantined in some funky ass hotel, overpriced. I would avoid that like the plague. So, that's that. Good old Dean. 4 years. How long have you been with Baby May? I've been with Baby May a little over 2 years. Mm-hmm. There's something to say about that too. Um, well, I'll leave it alone. Good morning, Linda. Linda, thank you for joining us. I thought all the women bailed out after Dean was on. Who do you trust living in the Philippines? American friends. My old boss used to tell me, trust no one, ask questions, and demand answers. I have changed my trust level. There's a number of instances that I refuse to get into where trust and respect has been lost for some of my fellow foreigners here. Maybe it's my issue. I don't know. Maybe it's me. So, but I'm not going to get into the chismis gossip bullshit. But I do have a couple of guys that I know they've stood the test of time. I guess that's the answer is, because I'll meet somebody and my initial impression sometimes is poor. And then, but maybe that's me. And I'll meet him the second time and I'll go, what was I thinking? He's a nice guy, and vice versa. But there's guys out here like Bud Brown and older guys, guys that have been here for a while and are settled in, that I've known over time. Is how do you trust anybody? People are people. So, but that's a really good question because you need someone that you can rely on and trust, and vice versa. So, who do I trust? American friends. If the question is strictly American, to be honest with you, yeah. Nothing against any other nationality, but it just so happens the guys I trust are Americans. And one dynamic out here is that Americans tend to hang with Americans, Aussies tend to hang with Aussies, Germans tend to hang with Germans. And a lot of that's got to do with just, culture and language. What's up, Rick C? Michael Corey, how are you, my friend? I think Michael is living in Mexico, and I never know because you and I haven't talked in a long time, but I heard that you lost your father, and I really wanted to extend my condolences. In fact, I asked a mutual friend of ours that was talking to you, to give you that message. So I hope you got that. And again, heartfelt condolences, my friend. Well, yeah, it is what it is. Anything else, if I do something to be a people pleaser, it wouldn't be me, would it? And there's a genesis and there's a metamorphosis that I know I've got through since the first video to this live stream. So why not just put it out there? To be honest, the pimp was kind of scummy, Paul. No kidding. I love your shows, but didn't like that guy. He's checking me something, but I agree. But I thought it was funny because it had. Here's what happened. Here's the story behind the story, Frank. Is I laid down the ground rules, okay, with him, and he was talking really fast and really hyper, and when I was sharing the screen with him, I was keeping him on point, I think. He would start to drift into another direction. I'd say, whoa. And I'd bring him back in. And then I had to use the restroom. And I said, you know what? I got to take a CR break. So, Dean, be a good boy and just, talk for a few minutes. And I came back and he had lipstick and he had girls and he was telling everybody about his rotation and how he had 5 women. And yeah, it was everybody, the comments afterwards though, were hysterical. And I had guys write me and say, Paul, I never laughed so hard in my life. So there's two sides to the coin, you know. It would be, I don't think he'll be someone that I have back on. Like I said, I was thinking he'd be like Larry Bud Melman, you know, like Dave Letterman always had like a sidekick or something. And I have, speaking of sidekicks, I have been really, really wanting to find someone that would be a fun sidekick to have with me. Someone really funny, and just have them come on every now and then. But I haven't been successful. I've had interesting people, I've had nice people, I've had sincere people, and they've told their stories or related their events or whatever. But you know, there's just that certain dynamic that you had, like between Johnny Carson and Ed McMahon or Conan O'Brien and all these sidekick guys. And not that I have a talk show, but I was thinking that it would be fascinating to have somebody like that could come on and we could kind of bounce off of. Yeah, we got someone at the door. Good morning. Do you think the Philippines will open up before the end of the year? Well, actually, I guess it's open now if you want to go into quarantine. Here, come here and say hi. No, I should have had makeup. Let's see. Do I before the end of the year? What is this name? I do. I really do. I have a good friend coming out in October, and I think that's a fair time frame. Don't quote me on any of this, because who knows what out. You seen it. I mean, all of a sudden, what was it? Poor India exploded, and America is like 60 or 70% vaccinated. I haven't heard anything about the UK or Italy or Spain, where it had a bunch of hot spots, but I have not. I just know that there are countries like Nicaragua, Mexico, that are opening up. And I think if it was me and I was you and I was in a position to where I had sold my home or my bags were packed and I was just in a holding pattern, if you will, I think I would bounce into Mexico. I think I would bounce and stay for 2 or 3 months and then go to Nicaragua or where am I trying to think? Where Turkey. Depends on your budget. You know, how many airplane tickets can you buy? But if the places are half price, which is basically what they are, Mexico is about 50%, I'm told, of what it costs to live in America. So that would be my plan. And if you're just dying to get to the Philippines, it's going to open up at a certain time. But if I was hanging out in Cincinnati, Ohio, being miserable, I'd rather just bounce into Mexico and or any other location. White dog, no homo. What does that mean? Good morning, Michael. I'm from Ohio. Do you know anyone over there from Ohio? I don't. Yeah, well, my buddy Gary's from Ohio, but he's in the States right now. So how much do you tell your partner about your finances? She never asks. That's a good topic, really. That is a good topic. But she's never once asked. I don't think it really matters to her, to be honest with you. You know. If you're talking about, well, she knows I get a check every month from Social Security, and she knows the rent gets paid. Yeah, man. You know what? Break up the monotony. I mean, how many times can you sit down and talk about the same thing? And why not have some fun? And why not goof on people? And Um, you know, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Jesus Christ. I love girls in bikinis. I do too. I mean, Sports Illustrated got rich off of swimsuit edition, right? And Hugh Hefner got rich back in the 60s with the centerfolds. And we don't come anywhere close to any of that kind of stuff. It's just girls. Who doesn't like girls in bikinis? Riza is awesome. And I want to thank everybody. My last little video that caused a little controversy because of what she was wearing is good. And this guy that sent me the email, by the way, that was bitching at me about her, said she's got no content. And I said that in the video. I said I was asking people to subscribe to her channel and get her to 1,000. And I've got her channel now on my computer. And I'm going to go in and spend a few hours with it and set it up properly for her, so that she's got, because she doesn't know what she's doing. She can't do it. She's got a phone. And her birthday is coming up. And so me and I talked about it. And I said, you know what, babe, let's buy Riza a computer. We can get her a computer for a few $100s and just set it up and show her. And then when we move into the new house, that will give us an opportunity. We'll have an extra room. She can bring the kids, which would be fine with me, as long as they're there for one day and leave. and it would be fun to have a full house, you know, with kids running around and Riza and May being able to talk. And the cool thing is, if it gets to be too much, I just jump on the gay looking little scooter and bail out. I'm going to go meet somebody and have a cup of coffee, or in that case, possibly a beer. But Riza is good. I think she got 200 or 300 new subscribers from the video, which is awesome. And she has I'm going to say right now, she has very little content on there. She works with a phone. She works with some microphones that we gave her, some ones that we replaced the other ones with that never ended up working themselves. And she's just, I think she's going to do really well because her English is a lot better than whenever she gets around me, she freezes up and she wants me to do all the talking. And so that's kind of what I did. But when she's with her sister, it's no problem. But so she's doing good, buddy. You are doing a great job, Paul. You have excellent content. The other channels have nothing useful to say, why they bounce around in bikinis and e-begging. That won't last forever. I don't like to disrespect other channels. I appreciate your compliment. I don't like the phrase e-begging, because this, to me, with all due respect to your comment, because this to me is a job. Now, for me, I've said it 1,000 times, this is a hobby. I enjoy doing this. It's saved my friggin' brain during the lockdowns, because it gave us something to do, you know? And we got to talk to people like I'm doing right now. I love this. I love live streams more than anything else. Just because I get to read comments and interact a little bit. I wish I could see you guys. But the e-begging deal is, I don't have a problem with it. I just choose not to do it. In other words, and so does May. Please donate, please this. The only thing that we ask for is for someone to subscribe. And then if an ad comes on, understand that ad is how we generate income. And so, you know, I tell people when the ads come on, that's a good time to put the phone down and go take a leak. Could let that puppy run the whole way through. And I don't have a problem with people, because people work. So you go to work. I went to work. I expected to get paid for my time. So if someone is doing a dealio where they have, say, the membership thing where you can pay $3.99 up to $19.99, $20, and they have to do stuff. They have to do special videos, or they'll do whatever. I don't know what they do. That's just commerce. It's cool. It's all good. I prefer to just not do that stuff. I don't treat this like a job. There's people that charge for consultations. They'll charge 30 or 40 or $50 an hour to talk to you. I told a guy just yesterday, he said, you know what, I need to ask you this, that, the other. I said, well, just call me. I mean, I can't talk to you all day, but I'm more than happy to chat with you. I don't want any money for it. Just don't take my entire day. Are you cowed? I don't know, that must be a personal conversation. It's a hot tropical. They're having fun and being natural bikinis. What guys would like that? You know, the Angels filming bar. That's, you know what? I never thought of that, but you're right. There are the go-go bars and the hookers and all that kind of stuff running around. And that's a sexual content where I think that a pretty girl looking nice is just feminine. So, you know, I've had enough of the culture of being told what the frick I'm supposed to do and how I'm supposed to think and who's getting their feelings hurt. And, you know, man up. I guess you guys are talking to each other and I got lost beyond all that. So I do me. Thank you, Michael. I think the culture is just so wimpy anymore. You know, you got freedom. I'm used to being if you watch TV shows in the 70s, like All in the Family and the Jeffersons and stuff, it's just hard for me to fathom that would offend somebody right now. And it's just life. It's like we're supposed to put these blinders on, and we're not supposed to, you know, God forbid we hurt someone's feelings. Good morning, Kat. From our quarantine silence, only 3 days left. God bless you. I hope it's going better for you than the other guy. And you can't make it out here for some reason, which I'm very disappointed about. You know what? It just strikes. Thank you very much. I'd rather just. I don't like to tell anybody to go F off or anything like that when they make a snarky comment. I prefer to just dissect it, if you will, and try to inspect it and look at it and analyze it a little bit, and then just explain where I'm coming from. I really appreciate someone taking the time to write, but I hate being told what to do. There's a certain way that you can get your message across without ordering somebody or telling them how they're supposed to live their life. See all these wrinkles and all these scars and these bags. You see all this gray hair? You see all that? That's earned. Good morning. Thank you very much, Ed Jolly. We appreciate you. What was I talking to you about the other day? That'll come to me. Or not. Here's Zane. Are you still busy unloading? You know, a guy asked me how to get rid of all of his stuff, or how did I get rid of all of my stuff? When I was in the States. And to be honest with you guys, I gave whatever I had away. Screw the Cleveland should make videos for free. Well, yeah, it's again, here's the deal is I personally the only way you can offend me is to say I'm an e-beggar because I don't ever ask you guys for any money. Everybody's got free will. The only thing I've ever said is I'm going to monetize it and I'm going to run ads, and that covers the cost of the microphones and my time and the other things that you got to get going and packing up and taking with you. And so there's a little compensation behind that. And I also don't care and I don't judge people who put a lot of time, energy, effort, create great content, and then want to sell it. I mean, it's a product. Personally, I just don't do it. Thank you very much. I'm the voice of old people. No, Paul Smith, but I like women and don't believe in pimping them. Women are beautiful creatures. I don't know. You're saying I'm pimping girls? I'm interviewing them and they're wearing, okay, next time I'll have them, under a blanket. See how you like that. Why would you listen to anyone to tell what content to put on your channel? You do you. Exactly, Randy. And you guys do you. It blows my mind, though, that guys just write. This guy, I just read you a piece of this email. I mean, it was this big, long thing, like he had lost an old friend and how I've diminished and whatnot. I'll be candid with you when it comes to the whole dealio. If I just sit on the couch by myself, May will attest to this, and I talk from my heart about something that went right or went wrong in my life, I get a lot more views than when I have a girl in a bikini or someone that I'm trying to help promote their channel. So fat in your pipe and smoke it. If it was all about the money, that's all I would do. I would just sit down like, Mark Twain and rock in my rocking chair and try to give words of wisdom. But I'm not that smart. There was no need to have the girl on asking to meet a foreigner sitting with her boobs out. Should you have known better? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Why? Explain that to me, Clark family, in the summer. Here we go. There was no need to have a girl on asking to meet a foreigner. First of all, she wasn't asking to meet a foreigner. She was saying that she would like to get to know a foreigner and have a relationship the way that Baby May and I have a relationship. With her boobs were not out. Here's the deal. She was wearing a bikini top. May is small chested and May wears a bikini top. And I never hear any complaints. But her sister is more endowed than she is. And so should I have known better? No, I think that she should have worn whatever the hell she wanted to wear. And she wanted to look attractive. And that's part of looking attractive. Have you not seen women go out in the evening with low backless dresses and low cut? And you ever watch the Academy Awards and see what they're wearing? So what's the fascination with boobs? I disagree with you completely, Clark family. Yeah, see, there you go. Thanks for that. Here, I'll put this back up. Let's read this one again. This is the guy that I'm talking about. This is the people that I'm talking about. There was no, and he's shouting the word no, need to have the girl on asking to meet a foreigner sitting with her boobs out. Should you have known better? So what problem do you have with the girl, one, wants to meet a foreigner? Is that against the law? There's a lot of girls that want to meet foreigners. There's a lot of foreigners that would like to meet a Filipino. Number two. Number two is she happens to be endowed. Is that a problem? Have you never seen a boob before? And it's not like she was shaking them and jumping around. She was just sitting there. And her and May go swimming every time they come over, and they go to the pool and they take a million photographs of each other in bikinis. Eesh. Yeah. What's wrong with a healthy guy looking at a pretty girl? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's where my friend Gary's at, Findlay, Ohio. You should go find him. He like, you know what? He likes to go smoke cigars somewhere. You could probably go find him there, wherever there is to smoke cigars in Findlay, Ohio. He goes there. Paul, no girls in bikinis, no smiling, no fun. Nothing everyone enjoy. Huh, Paul, thanks for being here. Sure. Yeah. Thank you, sir. The swank new pad's not very swanky. It's actually very modest, but it's I don't know. I don't know if it's much bigger than this place, to be honest. It's a little bit bigger, but it's got some little rooms and then a very small bedroom. Yeah, about the same size as this, I guess. And two bathrooms. So that's why I was thinking the two bathrooms was really cool, because then you can have somebody over and they've got their own. They're not walking into your bedroom in the middle of the night at 3 o'clock if they need to use the CR. They've got their own restroom. And so I really do want to include May's sisters and her nephews and nieces and start doing that kind of stuff, and set up to where we could do some barbecues with our friends, and again, and just have more privacy at the same time. Well, thank you very much, Frank. You know, there's no reason to sit here and try to bullshit people. You are what you are. And the minute you try to put on some sort of act or show or whatever, like there's, again, I don't disrespect it. I think it's great because they do good content, but there's people that read from scripts and they write out what they're going to do on their channel. And God, I could never do that. Thank you, Lori. From Miami. Mountain be a problem. No, that's something I never told you guys, is it's got its own internet, PLDT, and it's got like 3 times the signal strength that this place has got right now. So that is, I'm really happy with, because right now there's X amount of bandwidth that comes into these apartments and it's shared. And so I just ran a speed check before I came online here. And I think it was like 6 or 7 up. And when I went into the house 3 times, I checked it morning, noon, and night, and it was like 30. So that was good. Yeah. And they're little rooms. They really are. I honestly don't think either one of them is going to be big enough to set up as a studio, but we'll be able to figure something out in the living room, because I think what I'm going to do is shine on getting a TV. I think the world would be a better place if we just eliminated CNN and Fox News, because all they do is keep everybody pissed off and confused. And music we can listen to that through our computers, and just I've got some little speakers to hook up to this computer, and I watch music videos all the time. I love David Bowie and the Rolling Stones, and just all that old school stuff. And that's what we do, is we listen to music. I only watch TV actually at night to help me go to sleep. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. Thanks for watching it. I hope everybody tunes in and watches it. Today with Baby May. It was actually me talking. May's pretty cagey, She goes, "Hey, let's do a video together." I said, "Okay." And she goes, "What should we do it about?" And I said, "Well, moving. That's something that we're doing." She goes, "Yeah, I want to do a video about moving." So then I sat down with her and she said, "Okay, you do it." Thank you very much. Actually, the troll action itself, I mean, these are like subscribers that are getting mad at me because things have changed, apparently. But the troll action's way down, which is cool, because it's just a waste of time. And what I've done now, too, is on comments. You guys should be very proud of me. On my last video that I did with Riza, I answered as many comments or put hearts on them. When I put a heart on a comment, it means I've read it, I acknowledge it, and thank you. And some of them I respond to. It's a little tough because I have vision issues, but to see everything and to type is, not that much fun. But anyway, I've taken the leash off, if you will, on the comments. I just let anything and everything go through now. The only comments that don't get through is I have one thing where I have inappropriate words that I won't let in, because I don't want that displayed. You know what I mean? A lot of nasty stuff. So I just don't. It doesn't bother me, but I don't want you guys to have to endure it. So yeah, Paul, I love you, but Dean in Nicaragua's off the charts. Yeah. Well, I think it's funny. I think it would still be funny. Give me feedback, if you will. Should I or should I not let him come back on for like 5 minutes at a time? If I have to take a bathroom break, these thoughts go through my head, is that, he's so off the charts and he got so many people riled up that maybe it would be just fun just to stir the pot a little bit. And next time I need a bathroom break, I'll say, "Okay, Dean, come on and talk to these people." I'll just let him go nuts for 5 minutes and I'll go, "Okay, that's enough. I'm done. Thank you." But he's one thing I like about Dean is that he's just shameless. He doesn't get offended by anything anybody says, and he likes the attention. And so what else? What else did he do? He's just honest, and that's kind of hard to find. Here's a guy saying, "I do all these things and I treat women like objects," and while it's offensive and while it's certainly not something very many people respect, but it is honest, and there's just something about the truth that I love. So I would much rather talk to a guy like Dean that is doing all these off the chart stuff that I disagree with than talk to a phony who's doing everything, behind closed doors and pretending to be somebody else. Dean's not pretending to be anything but what he is. Hey, John, there you go. Yeah, I never come on this time. We were up late last night, so instead of waking up at like 2 or 3 in the morning, I woke up like a normal person at about 7:30 or 8. Yeah, she will have a real garden. And you know what? You guys are going to find this hard to believe, but I love to garden too. When our kids were little, um, we failed miserably at it in Vegas. We tried to grow watermelons. We tried to grow pumpkins for Halloween. We tried to grow tomatoes, and just the insects and what are they called? Aphids would just beat the shit out of our little garden in Vegas when my kids were little. And so, it's, just get out there with the kids and put the seeds in and talk to them about how things grow and all that kind of stuff. One of those little life lessons I tried to do with my children. But I'm looking forward to it. I like it. I like birth. I don't know the life cycle. Yeah, no mask in Vegas. That's another thing that nobody can get on board with in America is mask on, mask off. You know? It's like the Karate Kid. Here, they're talking about going back into ECQ, which is enhanced quarantine, something like that, because in Dumaguete, there's been a big spike in COVID. And I have a friend whose baby had COVID, and he's going to come on the show, I think, and explain that experience. My missus says you have quite the laugh, Paul. Yeah. Don't you hate complainers? Is this your third move in 1 year, getting better each time? No, it's my second move in a year. I lived at my first apartment for 2 years. How did that go? I'm here 4 years. I'm here 4 years. Maybe we were closer to 3 years in the first apartment. Geez, because we've been here almost a year, and I just hit my 4 year anniversary. So yeah, geez, Louise, I was at the old place a long time because we've been here 1 year, and then we just, like I said, this house found us. So that'll be our third house in 4 years, and it'll be my second place with May. Yes, that's correct. I get to supervise, and she's 30 years younger than me. So I play the elderly card all the time. Let's see. I think my internet's getting weird. I like the idea that I like it too. I really like it too. And because you know what? One of the hassles of renting from someone that's like a foreigner or whatever, nothing wrong with renting from a foreigner, but if they're back home and your pipe breaks, you got to get a hold of them, and then you got to pay up front and negotiate this. And it's very, very difficult to find people like plumbers, electricians. I mean, once you find one, you put them in your phone forever. It's like the mechanic on my bike and my 2-day-old car, my car that I had for 2 days. That guy is on speed dial because he's top notch. So yeah, that's what I was thinking too. If something goes south at the house, knock on the door and say, how are we going to handle this? Clark, in the center, it's not a matter of need. Nothing on YouTube need to exist to include your comment. Thank you for that. Greetings from Austin, good old Texas. Keep an eye on your place. Sex paths are wavy. Oh, so this is a troll. So just what I was saying, I got rid of the trolls, right? Block that ass. Ugh. They're treating people like cows. Oh, I think you're talking about the quarantine. Yeah. And charging $100 a day for the privilege. Brutal. Just freaking brutal. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate that, man. Hi, Tony Tony, original music. Hello. I don't think I've ever seen you on the channel before. A little something to help with the moving expenses. Well, thank you very much. We are knocking in about $500-600 into this place, so that'll be May's curtain money. Appreciate you. There's nothing wrong with you pulling baby May making a buck off of YouTube. Yeah, we don't get rich. I mean, it's, again, I don't sell memberships. I don't say, please do this or please do that. We have raised, I'll brag a little bit. We've raised thousands of dollars for other people that have been in need and not exploited it. Not gone out with the camera and said, here, look at what we're doing. But a lot of it has been on the QT between me and certain people, and they know who they are, who have sent us dollars and said, hey, take care of this person, or I saw this video, or I know this. Like my friend Jason, when he was sick, people were very kind and helped him as far as paying his hospital bill. So I have guys, I sent back $1,000 to a guy on PayPal. I refunded a guy $1,000, which was the biggest contribution I've ever received. And he wanted me to give it to a really pretty girl that had been on my channel. And he wanted me to, and he didn't want me to do anything weird, but he wanted me to tell her to move out of where she is, and because she's living in, this squatter area, and he was going to send her $200 or $300 a month, and just to help because this, that, and the other. And I gave it back to him. I said, don't put strings on this money. If you want to help, I'll give her the cash, and she's going to do what she's going to do. But it was $1,000. But the girl, thank God the girl doesn't know who it is. But I just gave it back to the guy. I said no. And I've had the guy that's on the channel right now that says, hey, let me know when you need some money. And I've told him, well, don't send anything now, because next month we'll be going back up to the Japanese shrine and trying to help the kids up there. And that's when I'll talk to him. I hope baby May can get her passport, but you may have to hold her hand a little. Oh, not a little. I recall a time when someone said she wasn't motivated enough at the time. Well, number one, Maze doesn't like filling out forms. She's not good at it. And May was pulled out of school, so, and sent off to work as a kid. So she's pretty much, people confuse her with being sometimes call her stupid, and she's anything but. She's extremely smart and intuitive and creative and funny, and I can go on. But educated, no. She can read and write, and she's, of course, much more comfortable in her own language. But everything that needs to get filled out, like she didn't know what her mother's maiden name was when we were opening up her bank account. And because I said, what's your mother's maiden name? She goes, I don't know. Topic never came up. And then she got so nervous. I said, what's your dad's name? Because they were asking on the form at the bank when we were opening her up a bank account. I said, what's your dad's name? She goes, I forgot. She got all worked up, She goes, I just call him Dad. And she had to look him up on Facebook, or she had to ask her sister, what's our dad's name? She forgot. And so the reason I tell you that is the first time we'll get the passport, you apply for it online. And then you go down and you get your picture taken, and it costs $20, and it takes 2 or 3 months to make it happen. And so I sent her the form a while ago, and she's just waiting for me to do it for her. I already know the program. But the first time you leave the country is they can be what's called offloaded. In other words, you need to be able, the Philippines wants to make sure that I'm not taking her to wherever to, for lascivious reasons. And I completely understand that. I appreciate that. But once you get that first stamp in your passport, and then do another short trip, then she's golden. She won't be quizzed. But the first time, I got the feeling they're gonna give her the interrogation. But we have got, she's got a bank account. I told her I would put 20,000 pesos in her purse because they want to see that she's self-sufficient and that she's going with me. And then I get conflicting information, but I've heard that I can sort of like guarantee her somehow or another. And we can show pictures going back that we've been together for 2 years. So, but I know that she's just going to pass out during the interrogation if it comes to that. No, these people, trust me, they are not looking for repeat customers. They probably just have some dump that they've gotten approved to be designated as a quarantine hotel, and are just exploiting the system. There you go. Everybody saying hi to everybody. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah. My friend AJ said the same thing. In Thailand, the food was okay, but this poor guy in the Philippines, in Manila. The reason I also bring that up is my friend Gary had his daughter in the hospital, and he said the food was unedible. You sure do, buddy. You sure do. Yeah, if you came over here right now, landed in Manila, and agreed to go into quarantine, which you'd have to arrange to do, there's no leaving the room. There's nothing on TV. I mean, and I don't think there's any like 5-star hotels or 4-star hotels that are doing this. I don't know that for a fact. I haven't investigated it because people have just started coming over. But my neighbor Jerry, he went through some stuff when he got here, and he passed on one place. I forget the dynamics of it. He told me the story when I first met him, and went to another. But it's just minimal. It's just a money grab. Okay. You'd think you'd get a little more for your money, though, huh? What are people doing for food during lockdown there? Well, we're not really in a lockdown. They're threatening to try to quarantine us again. What happens on this is that you're given a quarantine pass. This is what happened last year. And there's certain days that certain people can leave and go shopping, and they have certain hours that you can go to the stores and buy food. So you can leave to go buy food, but you have to go through these checkpoints. You have to be wearing the mask and the shield and everything else. Yeah, I thought the same thing. I heard about a foreigner that got arrested for something he did. I don't know what it was. And he was put in jail and eventually died. But he had lost over 100 pounds from being in a Philippine jail. No, I've got there's an opportunity to get vaccinated, but they keep running out. And I actually want to look into a couple of different types of vaccines. I need to research that a little bit. Yeah. Oh, that's another. Yeah, you got a good point. We can have food delivered here, and yeah, you can blow into 7-Eleven. Here, it's not really as strict. I'm talking about when I say here, I mean Dumaguete. But I've heard that Manila was brutal, and I heard that firsthand from a guy that was quarantined there, 2 little kids. Just trying to go downstairs was an effort. Vegas is alive. That's good to hear, Angelica. Another female I didn't lose to Dean. There you go. I'm happy. Vegas is alive. Well, when I get there, we're all going to have to get together. Dean has a solid rotation. Yeah. Dean, can you believe it? Dean rotates 5 girls. See? No matter what you say about Dean, he stays in your head. Which vid? Which vid? Most of my vids put people to sleep. Point of fact about the quarantine, the Philippines has 0% of its citizens fully immunized. Darcy said they may consider opening when they attain 50% immunized. They may never get that far. Yeah, Mark. That's why it's people always ask, when are they going to open up? And I'm like, I don't know. But they are starting immunizations. One guy I know went down and got his shot. Yeah, true. That's how we behave while we're waiting. That's correct. Yeah. She was asleep when I invited her on. So I think I took her by surprise. She didn't really know what was going on. I just saw her comment. I said, hey, you want to come on? Lori Hernandez. Yeah. Well, it would be different if they were giving you your money's worth. And I've heard worse. I've heard that and you don't want to be quarantined in a government facility out here. That is just sort of like bunk beds, army style, with some plastic and a fan and no food. You have to have someone bring you food every day. They don't supply it. Oh, dude, you have no idea. I kid you guys not. I got a couch and a freezer that I could walk away from. I've had them for a long time. The scooter I could walk away from. I could leave here with the same suitcase and the same backpack, and I'm good to go. That's the truth. May, on the other hand, is the reason we're getting a truck. Well, it's just exploitation, Peter. It's a money grab. It's like let's just get it while we can. They're not looking for repeat customers, trust me. No, I don't think so. Red is her favorite color. Yeah, that's King Lee is a vlogger that went. Now I just remember, and he had really good service in Korea. Depends on the country, I guess, right? You're going up. This Paul guy is pretty good, but where's Dean? See, Dean gets in your head. You guys want me to bring him on? Maybe next time. It's short-sighted thinking. They don't think about their reputation is ruined. Yeah, and it may be a place that doesn't have a reputation to begin with. Paul, Jimmy from Austin, please reply to my email when you get a chance. And that's another going on right now. So when you have time. Okay, I will. Jimmy from Austin. When did you send it to my Gmail? And is it under the name Jimmy? Why are you moving? I thought you just moved. Well, we did. We did move last year. And like I said earlier, the house found us. I was thinking that it would be nice if we had a 2-bedroom and just a little more room to accommodate other people and to do like a little studio thing, keep our stuff, and place to store all May's shorts. And so, when opportunity knocks, answer the door. It's a 3-bedroom place for less money. So I know. Good old Dean and his rotation. What a character. At least he is what he is. Okay, you guys got a weird way. I've got to check out the video with Lipstick Guy. I missed it for some odd reason. Yeah. Now, here's the dealio. When did I have Dean on? The first one is the funniest. And it says something like surprise guest. And you can just blow through the first hour and a half of it. That's just me talking like I'm doing right now. But then Dean came on, and that's when the thing went off the reservation. Let's see. I think I got lost in comments here. Okay. The monthly pay you receive, do you have a Philippines bank account? That's another good question. I had a BDO account, and they irritated me, let's just say. They just came up with a rule one day, and I was depositing cash. I was transferring over US dollars and then walking in with it and depositing it into a dollar account. And then my money was, tucked away and safe. And then they said, we're putting a 30-day hold on your money because we want to know the source of it. And I said, well, the source of it's me. And so I couldn't get $200 that same day. I was able to wait a month. So long story short, I just closed the account that day, and that took a while. And I got my money back from them. And I didn't want another bank account. I am going to open a bank account next month for the simple reason that my debit card and my credit card have both expired, and neither one of them. Well, my debit card is being sent from someone in America. It went to an American address. I've been trying to track it, but it's expired. And so stuff like my Google storage and iTunes and all that has been canceled because I've got to renew that card. And my one credit card is expired. So I'm trying to think ahead. And I said, okay, here's the deal. I'll go down, I'll open up a bank with a different bank that I've heard is good with foreigners called Commerce Bank. And I'll put a few $100 in that, see how it goes. But I want to get the debit card from them so that when I need to buy a plane ticket or something like that, I can just use a Philippines bank card. I really like, and the credit card issue is they'll renew my card, but they won't mail it to me here in the Philippines. So they won't mail outside the United States. I came here with 3 credit cards. I got 0. Now, that's why I need to go home. See, I need to get to America. I need to see my dad. I need to see my friends. I need to see my children. I need to take care of crap like that. I need to set up, need to go into a few banks and have a conversation. No blankets. No, I said, you know what? I've decided to just go ahead and cover all the girls with blankets and hats and veils. I'll buy burqas. How about that? The next time I interview Reese, I'll put in a burqa. Thank you very much, Kim. That's very generous of you. We appreciate you. Super. That'll help us with the furniture. Today with Baby May. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for watching Daddy Pulse. Hey, May, why don't you come in here and take over? Huh? Come on in and take over. Come here, sit down and talk to these people.
My God.
I need to go to the restroom. I don't want to bring Dean on.
Right. I need to let on makeup.
A little makeup, okay. So we've been talking for an hour and 35 minutes, but you know what? I like this. I like talking with you guys. Most of these guys on these YouTube vlogs from the Philippines are older guys who can't get women, and they're living their life through you. I'm not sure I understand that much. Most of the guys on most of these YouTube vlogs from the Philippines are older guys who can't get women, and they're living their. I think you're referring to the guys watching the show. Well, I couldn't meet anybody in the States that I wanted to get involved with, and the opportunities to meet someone that I am attracted to is much greater here. So I would agree with you on that. And in the meantime, they're living their life through me. Yeah, I would agree with that. There's my old friend Sheldon Cowles. You know, I had somebody, I used to work with Sheldon when I was in the car business. And I had somebody, Sheldon, say that they didn't believe I was ever in the car business. And I just gave him an Ed-ism. Sheldon's my friend from when we worked together at Ford. And I don't use his last name, Sheldon, but I talk about our boss, Ed, and how Ed said, trust no one, ask questions, demand answers. And I think Sheldon here is now living in the desert near my dad, and you're doing real estate. And it's good to see you, buddy. You should give me a honor on Messenger sometime. There's single mom Reza right now. So Reza, next time you're on the show, you have to wear a burqa. You've been quite the topic lately. And Reza wants to thank everybody for having subscribed to her channel. I think she got a couple 300 subscribers from our interview.
Yeah, getting 1,000.
Getting 1,000.
Yeah.
And so we're going to put up a hello, Paul. Love your wisdom and the easygoing show. We'll appreciate that, man. Baby, I need to go to the restroom. So you're gonna have to sit here and tell everybody a story.
I am not.
In fact, I'm gonna go to the restroom.
Oh,
You talk. You can do a TikTok dance.
Hey. I'm not good for entertain.
You'll figure it out.
Very fast. Thank you guys for watching. 348 watching. I'm not good for entertain. Daddy Paul, you need very fast. Because I don't know how to do it your computer. Wait guys. Daddy Paul. I don't know. I don't know how to do it for the put the comment. Yeah.
Okay, so look. So where are we here? Show me how to do this.
I'm not good for entertain.
Yes, you are. That was better than Dean, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think Reza is somewhere.
See, I could have brought Dean on, but instead we got the beautiful May. I have actually interviewed 2 different ladyboys.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Andy and who?
My.
My.
My
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Yeah. You love my.
Yeah. Both.
You and Andy.
Yeah.
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 I liked Andy more than my.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, my. Sorry if you're watching.
I like
but
ladyboy.
I liked Andy. Andy was cool. My was too aggressive. You know what I mean? Remember you'd make a video and my would she'd be doing. She had his ladyboy, right?
Yeah.
And my. And May would be at like forest camp or something, and it would be once again, here we go, the bikini girls, right?
Yeah,
and you guys were splashing around and videotaping yourselves having a good time.
Yeah.
And friggin' my would jump in front of the camera with his big ass.
Andy.
Was that Andy?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was one of them. There was nothing wrong with Dean.
Next time, I bring to the lady boy.
Yeah, we could have a lady boy on the live stream. I was going to do a live stream with. I asked AJ if he wanted to do a live stream, and because he's in Thailand right now, but he's got a primp.
And then what if it's Risa?
Let's see. To be honest, Baby May's channel is more sexual. If your mind is thinking sex or have issues with beauty, there's nothing sexual about it. Sexual would be a bunch of come hither looks and all that kind of crap, and alluding to things. There's a very famous but a very popular vlogger who uses a lot of sexual innuendo as clickbait, if you will, and as topics and as jokes. It's much more than her. And anyway, Ken likes the channel, except for them, the trolls pretty well. Ken likes the channel. Yeah, he does. Appreciate it. I love the bikini top. So did I. So did Riza, huh?
Yeah.
She enjoyed herself.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, they are. The good news is we don't get very many trolls anymore. Of course, I said that when one jumped up, but they're easy to block. And they used to really bother us at first. Remember? We won't say the names, but but she was like, all worried about the trolls and this one and that one, and then they were making videos about her and they were making fun of. Smile for everybody. See, she's got a little gap in her teeth. They were making these jokes about her gap in her teeth and calling her ugly and all this sort of stuff, and that she was a bar girl and all this. She was just crushed by it, and now she's like, I don't care.
Bar girl. I'm not excited.
Yeah, exactly. See, the Clark family got all upset because what we're talking about is Riza's top. Yeah. And I said that she just happens to be well endowed, which means she's got, big boobs. But that's just it, right? Yeah. And so you sit next to me with a bikini top on, and you're small chested, right? Yeah. Nobody ever gets worked up about that. But your sister's just built differently.
Yeah, because she have the kid.
Yeah, she's a mom.
Yeah.
Don't watch the video if you don't like the content. Simple. Don't put your morals on other folks. You know what? That's just it. That's kind of why I have this little place in my heart for Dean, because he's honest. And I don't want to, morale-wise, I'm different than him. There's no way that I would have 5 girls that are in rotation and treat them like objects and whatnot. It's just different principles. But I don't want to be judgmental either. And judge not if he does not want to be judged, right? And so we do our best just to be ourselves and keep it real. And if we were to start covering up, or if we were to start to put on a show that wasn't us, then why bother? On the channel. If you don't like it, turn the channel. That's exactly old school. I like that picture.
Yeah.
Because I have my Joe Biden moments. Let's see. Maybe you'll need another channel where others decide what content you have. You'll have 0 subscribers. Exactly. I actually thought about opening up another channel, but I just don't want to put that much time into it. I was going to go on some different stuff. What was I going to tell you guys? Oh, I had a funny comment. Is that, and I just love this. Is a couple of 3 people said, you know what, Paul, you should write a book. And then a guy came along yesterday and said, you know what, Paul, you should write a pamphlet. He doesn't know what a pamphlet is, but it's like a little brochure. And I said, yeah, that's right. You know, I've always said I could never do a book, but I could do I could never do a movie, but I could do an hour on Oprah. Yeah, it blows my mind that people are getting all butthurt behind behind the simplest stuff where there's so much racier content going on. I mean, either on other channels that are, you know, akin to mine. I won't mention their names or their channels, but there's a lot of girls like May that have channels and they talk about spicy stuff a lot more than her. So why don't you tell the people? Jim Riggs says hi.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you very much. I don't know how to say your first name. We'll just call you Mr. Kelly. Is it Doji? I don't know where he's from. We appreciate the super sticker, man.
Thank you.
Greetings from Nebraska. I'm very concerned about Gaylord.
Gaylord.
You want to get Gaylord? You know, they've been asking about Gaylord.
Yeah, scooter. Right?
No, the chicken.
Oh, the chicken.
Good. Thanks, Jim. You can sweat it. He obviously never went to the beach. I don't know what that means. Not your channel, but reason why we want to change the music she and her kids are dancing to in the vid today. I didn't watch that.
Yeah, with me. I don't.
No, she says she's dancing with her kids.
Oh, yeah. TikTok.
TikTok?
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal with May. I mean, with Riza, is she's using her phone.
Yeah.
And she's going to have more subscribers than watch time. That's for sure. She doesn't have a lot of, and I said this in the video, she does not have a lot of content. She's only got a phone. And I can remotely get into, we did it last night for a little bit, get into her channel.
Yeah.
And I saw that the comments weren't being filtered and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's going to be my job, is I need to do some mechanics, if you will, on the computer, because she doesn't have a computer.
Yeah.
So you know what? We got some donations today. Maybe we use that to get Rita a computer.
Yeah.
For her birthday.
She need the computer.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Let's see. Nice, firm, polite disagreement statement. I agree with you. In Canada, it is legal to be bare-breasted in public. Some people are just prudes. Yeah, you know what? I was in Thailand, and they were actually a very modest, even though the go-go bars and the prostitutes and all that red light district stuff goes on there. When you get out in the real world, which is like just go to the beach or whatever, the Thai women were very modest. But the Europeans were running around topless. So again, it just trips me out that people get so worked up about something so simple. Yeah. You want to go get Gaylord? You want to go get the chicken?
Gaylord?
Yeah.
Okay, I get.
Am I going over the same deals here? Let me move ahead. Please tell Karen to stop watching the channel. I did get a comment from Karen, and I said, "There's Gaylord. See, okay, he's fine. All right, set him down. Not here. I don't want to look at him. Put him behind the computer. I'm pissed off at Gaylord." Anyway, I said, "You have a perfect name, Karen. Hi from Vegas. Don't worry about what people think. If they don't like it, they can close their eyes. We like the Philippines. We like Dean. Just to spice it up. You go, Paul. You know what? You got to move things around a little bit, or it gets stale and it gets boring. It ges boring for me. Didn't anybody care about me? Sometimes I need to be entertained and change it up and just have some variety. And if you don't try it, how do you know? And a lot of it I do because, honest to God, this is the true statement, kids. I wanted to get information out to the world, that my little world at least, about Nicaragua. I thought it was fascinating. I thought, man, if I was in the States and I lived in Florida and I could go in 2 hours, I could be in Nicaragua. I could bounce around for 2 weeks and look around, see if I like it. And if I don't, I go home. How much can it cost to go for 2 hours from Florida, especially if I lived in Florida, and go to Nicaragua? Man, you can do $500 probably get you there and back, and you can stay for a while. So I don't know. Paul, when you get to this comment tomorrow, I love you, Zane. The day after. Thanks, man. We love your streams. We know that you're going to go until you're done. And then you end, and tomorrow is another day. Zane, you got me pegged, buddy. I'm always apologizing that I didn't get to everybody's comments. But what are you going to do? Because I ramble. Yeah. That's why I like doing these, because I get to talk to you guys. In a video, I've tried to get, what I got to get across in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and just kind of wrap it up. And that's that. But on this, I get to babble on forever. That's right. And what the funniest comment that made me laugh out loud was, she is the mother of twins, junior and senior. And one guy commented and he said, it was nice to see she brought the twins with her today. And I just laughed out loud. And I wrote to the guy, I said, that is the funniest comment so far. So, and as long as she doesn't release the twins, we're still legal. I enjoyed the interview, Paul, bikini top. So what? It's probably over 35 degrees there. People prefer she wear a turtleneck woolly jumper. That's a fact. I mean, it is hot. And every time that they come over, they go to the pool and they wear their bikinis and they take a zillion selfies. And that's just part of the routine. When May has more than Riza over, more girls and friends and stuff, I leave. You know, people would say, wow, you're crazy. You got all these beautiful women running around in bikinis. Trust me. Too much estrogen for me. I was married to Filipinos in the USA. All they do is take pictures. That's what I was just saying, man. I was beautiful. I would do the same thing. Right on, Ken. You're absolutely right. This is selfie friggin' capital of the world, is right here. Social media and selfies. And I could go on forever about it, which I normally do. But you know what it is? It's a lot of it is, there's a lot of dynamics behind it. I won't go into it all. I'll spare you. I'll try to get to the comments. Good morning, Randy. Yeah, I like StreamYard. Why? Because it's free. I can do this for free for 20 hours. And then after that, and I could upgrade, and it gives you stuff like green screens and all that. So I don't know. I have mixed emotions about green screens. What I'm really wanting to do, and why I've been going through this big microphone debacle, kids, is that it's very easy for me to do a video from my couch. I know the last few videos, the volume's been low, because that's because I bought this new phone to have better quality audio. And I've been playing with it because so far I've failed. But I think I've got it figured out. So what I really want is to go more on location and be able, it worked like a champ when we were at Pura Vida, and May and I did a couple of interviews just impromptu, and I was outside and the light was not reflecting back and forth, white, dark, like it did with my old phone. And the audio worked great. And I was really happy with that. So I've been toying around with it. I've been toying around with it here at the house. But I really, really, really want to just do more outside stuff, which is why, how did I get off on this? Oh, because we talked about StreamYard, you can use a green screen. I love cleavage. Problem is mine is in the back, so I've been told now. More fashion. Wow. Remember Dan Aykroyd on Saturday Night Live? He used to come in and Gilda Radner and Bill Murray would talk about the moon. That's a fact. That is a fact, Ed. I thought about that. And that's the thing is like May's not she doesn't have a zillion things stacked in the bathroom like in America. She doesn't wear a lot of makeup. She doesn't do her hair. It's just there's not a lot of products. She's got stuff she keeps in her purse. She's got a little bag of makeup that she's got, and she keeps that in the closet. But and we're going to keep it that way. We're not going to feminize the bathroom. But having two bathrooms is awesome, not only for that reason, but if you have a guest and they have their own restroom and they don't have to march into our bedroom to use our bathroom at 3 o'clock in the morning if they need it. So that was a big selling point, really a huge selling point, man. The people that are dinging you for having a woman on wearing a bikini, I mean, come on, she's not a go-go dancer. She's from the province. I know, Biff, they kill me. They just kill me. It just blows my mind that these are the people that would get offended by Archie Bunker. I almost feel sad for them. They're so prudish and so judgmental, and they're just, I don't know. I just feel sorry for them to some degree. Not sorry for them, but I feel it's like, God, I wouldn't want to be you, 353 are watching. You're a rock star. That's Upland Dave, a.k.a. China Dave. For the longest time, I thought Dave lived in China. And now he's going to pick me up at the airport when I go to L.A. Oh, man. China Dave or Upland Dave is one of those guys that I like talking to. And I think he would validate if he was here right now what I'm talking about as far as our community service. Have you ever watched any of Dean's content? That's what I base my statement on. Guys, I got to confess, I've only watched about 10 minutes of his content. I had to turn it off. It was so poorly done. It was just awful. But it was funny to have him on the show because he's just so hyper. He's, what would we call it? The ShamWow salesman. Yeah. Well, it's not that just a moral. Yeah, I agree with that. I have my moral principles. I mean, I would never harm a child and stuff like that. There's a line to be drawn. There's boundaries that we all have to set, Skipper. But it's the sensitive police is what's getting to me. I agree with you. I agree with you about the morality. And we all have our different ones. And if you don't like it, turn it off. I mean, there's stuff that I can't watch on TV. I mentioned kids. So sometimes there's shows that tell like the true story of kids that were in, there was some movie out where kids were being like abused, you know, in a boys' home or something like that. I can't watch it. It bothers me too much. It just rattles me and it just nauseates me. And so my mom was a knee walking drunk when I was a kid. And it was a very, very abusive, dysfunctional situation. And it stayed with me my entire life. So whenever that kind of stuff comes on, it brings up way too many memories. And so I can't watch it. I don't know what got me off on that. But it's the sensitivity thing. It's like everybody's getting their little feelings hurt. And the joke was, I came up and I said, you know, the only people that don't have any kind of a movement is old white guys. And the answer is, yeah, that's because we're all too tired. Do we want to march in the street for our old white guy movement, or do we want to take a nap? Well, the answer is a nap. Let's see, Paul's laugh is akin to a cat's purr. He can do a whole channel and he's chuckling. I don't know. I just find humor and stuff. And I appreciate that. Yeah, okay. White dog. See, but here's the deal. I gotta bring Dean on in the very small increments. But I do want to do it where I take a bathroom break and just let him go off. Just let him go nuts. And then I'll come back and I'll go, okay, that's enough, Dean. But I think I had like 8 people unsubscribe or something like that. Right on. The vaccine, I keep going, this is how flaky I am on the vaccine thing, is I keep going, well, what the hell? Just get the vaccine. But then I'm hearing that it's not the vaccine I'm used to. In other words, dead cells or like smallpox and all that are injected into you, and your body builds up its own immune system to it. But it's dead. And from what I'm understanding, these new vaccines that they blasted out in a year don't work that way. Someone told me that the Chinese vaccine is the old-fashioned kind with dead cells. I would actually be more comfortable taking that, even though it's from China. But I don't know. I don't know what to believe. Bill Burr, the comedian, said the other day that he said, you know what? If you didn't get the information from the library, don't believe it. It's true. Because what you see and hear on TV and the internet, I don't know what's right and what's wrong. I don't know if what I just said is correct about the vaccine. I don't know. I don't know that the something about your RNA gets attached or changed or whatever. There could be I don't know if that's true. And then I heard the Chinese vaccine is made up of dead cells. I don't know if that's true. So for me, it's, trying to verify this stuff. Bring him on. You like him? Okay. Let's see what messages we get here. Sorry, I'm late. My son graduated. God bless him. Good on him. No more pimp team. See, here we go. Look, we got Randy. There's Randy's vote. We appreciate your vote. And we got Tom, Bonnie, Tommy. But the thing is he's not a pimp. A pimp sells girls. He hires girls. He's more Dean the John. Hey, my friend in Panorama City, Barry Press. How are you, buddy? As I said 100 times, every time you come in, I say that's my hometown. That's where I was raised till I was 9 years old. Bring Dean back. He's funny. Okay, we got to vote for Dean. He just needs supervision. Actually, the fun started when I left because I was supervising him, and he kept getting off track, and I kept wanting him to talk about the cost of living. I wanted him to talk about the weather. I wanted him to talk about safety. Just stuff that I would want to know, and I'm sure you guys would want to know before you buy a plane ticket for friggin' Nicaragua. Excuse me while I enjoy a caffeinated beverage, will you? Baby May's finest. Okay. So let's see. He just needs supervision. But it got so funny at the end. If you read the comments, if you go back on the first one where Dean's on, and like I said, you can just blast through the first hour and a half until he comes on. And then I get up and honest to God, I had to use the restroom. And I said, okay, Dean, you talk to him. And then he just went nuts. And then the comments afterwards just made me late for an appointment. Yeah. And poor Lynn, she didn't know what she was walking into. That makes me want to stay. Yeah. You don't want to get anywhere in here. I was at a conversation. I said, I would meet Dean on my last day in Nicaragua. If I went there, I would go there and I would hang out, let's just say for a 2-week vacation. And about 4 hours before I get on the plane, that's when I would go meet him. It wouldn't be the first day. Off the charts. Yes. Yeah. Poor Lynn, she walked right into it. I think she just woke up. I said, hey, come on the show and talk to this guy. She didn't know what was going on. Next time I have you on with him, if we can manage that dynamic, you'll be prepared for him. See, these are the comments that I love. Oh my God. Okay, so you think he's fake. See, I think he's as real as could be. No. But they're not there because they enjoy being one of his toys. They're there for financial reasons or a free meal or there's just nothing better going on. And he calls them his models. So he uses them for his lipstick promotion. And you have to kind of respect the guy for going into a foreign country and starting a company that, according to him, it's fairly successful. And I see him, he's a young guy, he's driving a car, he's living in a house, he's eating out, he's got a few bucks. So time will tell. A plea to any Dumagetti expat. I'd sell my soul for a Louis paperback, almost any of the Bogart's a place of your choice. Oh, yeah. Hi, Paul. All right, so we'll leave this comment up for a second. And then now there is a bookstore, Dale, in the hallway, the dark, dank hallway going to immigration. And then if you go to PJ's restaurant, they have paperbacks that expats bring in and just leave, and it's on the honor system. So you might be able to find it there, buddy. So PJ's restaurant in Bakong, there's a bunch of paperbacks against the wall that people have donated. I don't pretend to know if your particular book is there. And there is a bookstore in immigration. The one in the mall is done. It was funny. It was funny. Every state is doing things differently. Yeah. Yeah. I just got my single. I felt pain out for about 20 minutes, and that's it. I guess if I had a choice, I'd probably do that. Just the one shot. I heard people get sick as a dog. Some people are getting sick after the second shot. I've heard that from more than one person. Yeah, he is special. See, we're still talking about Dean. There's a sale on masks. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there should be. That's a mask. God. You know, I tell you a true story. Sunday, man, I went to the Valencia market and there was two women on a motorbike and they had helmets on and a mask and both of them said, "Hi, Paul." And I said, "Hi." And then May come along and she stopped and I kept walking. And she was talking to them, you know, a little bit, the chicka stuff, and playing with each other's hair and whatnot. And I said, "Who are those girls?" She goes, "They're our neighbors." I didn't recognize either one of them with the friggin' mask on. Good old masks. Won't you be glad when all this is over? Let's see. Let him back on, but give us a bit of a break. We can only see too many train wrecks in a week. Yeah, that's true. I think that it's a good idea to drag him on like once a month, something like that, for like 10 minutes, just to rattle everybody's cage. Don't forget your time and the time you were not with Baby Bay. That's true. That's true. But I was only in Cebu for one day. And I did an entire video about that, about my first 24 hours in Cebu. What a story. You can't make it up. Fauci is a joke. You walk back everything he said in his past. Yeah, I don't like that Fauci guy. I don't want to get political here, but I don't like that Fauci guy. And I saw your video earlier, Rita, trying to give her a holler. Got no feedback at all. Got hoping to get out there and child retire, maybe man join. Yeah, listen, guys. Riza, I told Riza, I don't know if she's watching right now. She said hi earlier. Very important for her to say hi to everybody. However, where she lives, if you think the internet's bad here, go out there sometime. So, and she's got 3 kids. 2 of them are 2 years old, one's 5. That keeps her busy. And so for her to just jicky jack around on the internet like I do all day, if I desire, that's not an option for her. So be patient is what I'm asking with Riza. And I'll have a stern talking to with her about that. If you need something done with bamboo or sand, there is much talent there in the Cebu. Bamboo? I don't understand that. And you know, living in Alabama, you're in Rosemary. I love it there. That code is over. Yeah, anybody that wants to meet for coffee, I'm here. I'm ready. What I like about Dean is that he makes you laugh. And watching you laugh makes me laugh. And laughing releases the dirt, covers pain, and makes us feel better. I agree with that 1,000%. I think stress is the #1 killer of at least men. I don't know about women, but laughing is good for you. And that's why it's like grumpy people. I would imagine they have a shorter lifespan. I don't know. There's nothing to back that up. So let's see. On the way to PH, I'm going to stop in Vegas for a few days in the newly opened Bacchanal at Caesars, about $70. Looks off the chart. If I don't stroke, continue after I recover. What is, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, BACC Bacchanal at Caesars? Is that a restaurant? I don't know. No to Dean, yes to Riza. Hey, you want to come on my live stream? You want to say hi, Noah? Huh? Hey, come here. Come here and say hi. Come here. Come here. Come here. See, this is our neighbor, Noah. Say hi. Hey, I sent Jerry a message yesterday. I didn't hear back from him. So tell him to check his message.
I'll tell him he's watching now.
Oh, is he? Okay.
He's watching. Yeah, I see your light stream. It's okay.
How you doing? All right, Noel?
We're good, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now get out of here. I'm busy. Did I like the Flamingo Hotel back home? What did I like to go? The Flamingo didn't float. Where did I go? In the 70s, we used to go to the pool at the Tropicana. That was the stuff back then. It had a bar you could swim up to. That was the stuff. And we just had a great time. Used to be a pack of us, used to go to Vegas. And, you know, young kids, 20, 22, 23. This is when I lived in LA. And we'd go up there and we'd just have a ball. Everybody would go with $200 and it would all be broke within about 45 minutes. The Green Light Initiative in Vietnam, Thailand is also, I heard something about the Green Light program. I don't know what that is. I imagine it's something like you've been vaccinated or you can prove something. I don't know. For me, this is just me. I just don't want to go. I'm no hurry. I'm in a hurry to go someplace, but I'm not willing to go through the bullshit. Pardon my French. Sometimes it's just too much. And I figure let everything just settle down. And once I see 100 people come in and go without any problems, some people went to Cebu and then to come back, they went through hell to get back into Dumaguete. I was told by my neighbor that I could go to Bacolod with May, and we were planning on going this week to Bacolod. And now it's turned around to where you can't go. My other neighbor tried to go, got to a checkpoint, and they sent him back. So it's like it settles down. And people are coming and going as normal, and that's that. But that's just me. If it's successful in Vietnam, Thailand first, Philippines will follow after. I agree with that statement 1,000%, because they are followers. They are not leaders. Hello from Vegas. Well, hello to you. They're calling it the Green Light Initiative. I'm sure it's got some strings attached, but in Cambodia is doing it. See, it's starting to open certain places. Paul, do another video with Every Man Has a Story and share stories from the past. You know, I have not seen him but one time since he moved. He moved almost a month ago, and I went out on a Tuesday and saw his crib and saw him, and we were going to have breakfast last week. A week ago today, we were going to have breakfast, and it rained. And that got canceled. And I think he's just busy. But I love Mark, and I love hanging out with him. And if we do, when we do get together again, I'll make sure that we've both got all of our equipment and stuff. And I'd like to knock out like 2 or 3 videos in one sitting with him, because we work really well together. And he likes working off of me, and I like working off of him. I can't stand the cold missions and heat like the Philippines. Yeah, but let me take the shine off the dime, bro. It's real nice, it's real good, but not everything is perfect here, and it gets hot. But I know what you're talking about as far as the cold. Let's see. People are starting to fall off, so I guess that's my sign to get out of here. I'm starting to bore you. Let me go through some questions. Now, I don't always get to all I just don't get to all of them. It's, all right, we'll hang in there for another 15 minutes or so. Tampa Bay. Hey, Paul, you moving out to a new place? Yes. Apparently, you just joined us. By the end of the month, we will be in a 3-bedroom on the phone. Yeah. If you're talking about Riza, it's on the phone. And so we got some donations today. So we're going to use that, I think, to hook Riza up with a computer. Been to Rio and Thailand, something about the piano that just does it for me. Girls are so real, but fake at the same time. That's what I need. That is an honest statement, bro. That is a very honest statement. They are very real and they are very fake. That sounds such a contradiction, but it is a very, very intuitive comment. I agree with that 1,000%. I really do. Hey, Don. Wow. Look at this, man. Riza shows 977 subs now. Got to get her ass to work. Well, don't just say thank you. She needs to do some videos. I think what would be good is if Riza could get out here and do some yeah, well, you keep jacking around with my life here. Answering the door and running around, eating food, having fun. I'm here working. Good
Yeah,
Lord.
because the neighbor is very kind.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
You love her to death. Where was I? Oh, look, 977
Wow,
subs.
thank you so much.
But the thing is that she needs to put some content up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think it would be really good if she came out or we went out there.
Yeah.
Because they're in lockdown. But once we move, we need to go out there and do some videos with her.
Yeah.
You know, and help her. And I don't mean tell her what to do.
Yeah.
But just hold the camera.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and maybe give her one of our tripods that we're not using.
Yeah.
Because see, we buy these tripods and stuff, and we get them home, and they're the wrong angle or whatever. They're not broken, but they're just
very small.
They're small, or they're this or they're that. So we keep experimenting. We got a closet full of crap we don't use. Still got that gimbal that I've never used because I didn't feel like figuring it out. But there's stuff that we can give her, but she's gotta have content. So that is a solid thing. Thanks, man. We really do appreciate you guys helping her out. Yeah. But now the ball's in her court, you know, and I would just ask you to be patient because I think it's important that that she gets to the point to where she can get monetized, which means she can run the annoying ads, and she can pick up $100 or $200 a month. That would go a long way with her. Okay, as far as you know, just her lifestyle, and she would be working, and she'd be a working mom.
Yeah.
And that's the goal, is to try to help somebody without being an e-beggar. I just arrived doing my 14-day quick quarantine. Okay. Well, I think Thailand is a much more comfortable place to do a quarantine. My friend AJ was there, and he was bored out of his skull, but the accommodations were fine. You know, it was expensive. I think it was like $200 a day or something like that. But the ones in the Philippines, from what I've heard, they just suck big time. Brutal food, brutal service, no TV, nothing to entertain you. We'll give that to Riza. Thank you, USA.
Thank you so much.
Texas to Nicaragua is about 300 round trip. Wow. Grenada is nice. It's about an hour in the world away from Eden.
More people miss the day.
I just love the comments. You guys kill me. That's why I couldn't get off the last one, because you guys were making me laugh so hard. Thanks, Jeffrey. We appreciate the thumbs up.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, man. StreamYard is free. If you've got a channel, just download it. And the first 20 hours is free. And you can, What's nice is what Mark does. I've never done it. Is there's a way to record a video, like what we're doing right now. So let's just say May was at home and she had home, and her and I needed to do a video together. I could record it. We could do a 30-minute video like we're sitting here, and then launch it later like a normal video. So it's got some, I don't know. I think that's the upgrade though. Gals seem to wear gym shorts and other pretty skirts. Must be extremely hot there, but gals were pretty modest. Some girls, modesty is, they're very modest when it comes to public displays of affection. And yeah, they'll wear short shorts, but then they'll also wear those black shorts underneath because they don't want, everybody looking up their zip code. I just want to plug another channel. Okay, why not? Consider it plugged. Thank you very much. I traveled to Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, and Cambodia to South Thailand. You know what, man? I like the people best in the Philippines. Honest to God, I do. I think the women are more real. There's sort of a detachment, if you will, from the Thai women. That it's like I could know a Thai woman for 30 years and never really know her. It was just the vibe that I got. I don't have that feeling with Filipinos. But I prefer Thailand to the Philippines.
Philippines, they're the best.
Is what?
Philippines, they're the best attitude.
Yeah,
Oh,
the best.
thank you.
Yeah, she's happy. I said it's the best.
I really
Thank you,
appreciate
Herb.
that.
We appreciate that. And we'll give this to the girl that titillated everybody because she needs it. She needs a computer. We'll get her school
Yeah.
today. Yeah, we were talking about those guys were great. Saturday Night Live. That was the thing to do back in the day. Was we all stayed home on Saturday. That shut down some bars, I think, because everyone would stay home and watch Saturday Night Live. And the infrastructure in Thailand is nice. Yeah, I prefer the food. I prefer the diversity. I prefer the infrastructure, but I don't prefer the people. And the people are really nice. They're Buddhist. They're very non-confrontational. But the police over there are just as corrupt as the day is long and incompetent. So there's a lot of corruption over there and there's a lot of scams. I don't see that here. Now that I just said it, like when I was in Thailand, they had on Patong Beach, I think it was called, they would rent out jet skis and everyone came back damaged. And there was a police station right there. And the police and the jet ski guys were in cahoots. So no matter what you did, you just drove the thing around for an hour. When you brought it back, they found something wrong with it. And then when you complained, the police would come over. And so I've never seen that out here. Now I know that in Manila and in the bigger areas where there's more desperation, perhaps there's like pickpockets and of course there's dangerous stuff. But I've never seen anything scammy out here. Back when it was funny, yeah, it's not funny now, but what did you like best about it? Are you talking about Thailand? I would say the food. Yeah, internet and great food. Yeah. No, I can't either. I heard Elon Musk was on it, and I was going to tune in just because I was going to tune in, but I didn't. Well, as usual, I'm going to miss a bunch of comments.
Yeah, it's a lot going.
There's a lot of comments, kids, and I just can't get through them all. So I apologize. But
Mr. Ron.
oh, there's Mr. Ron. We've got to say hi to Mr. Ron. We've got to say hi to everybody. What does this mean? Your political tendencies are shining through. I don't know what that means. Wait a minute. See, I love the Dean comments. Once a month with Dean is like ant flow visiting one. Here we go. We got another Dean. What?
Good for your guest is Dean and Bob Brown. It's
Oh,
very funny.
Bud Brown.
Yeah. And with Dean.
I think it's pretty obvious. You should bring Dean back. It's great to see everyone laughing. Don't take everything so serious. That's just it. I don't take it too serious, but I'm concerned for those that do. You know, it's just I don't know. I just like a good laugh. Let's see if we can find some more Dean stuff. The comments was what killed me at the end. Let's see. Scott is correct. Pfizer. I don't know what that means about the RNA vaccine. It's not like a normal vaccine. Tendencies. I don't know what this guy's talking about. Appreciate you being here, but I don't know what you're talking about. Is Pfizer or Moderna, you want side effects? So, and then the other second. Let's see, the MR, you want side effects. Some get it. The first, you want side effects. Scott, you're a weird dude. I'm getting to understand what this gentleman's saying. Yeah, that I understand. That's what happens with there's like a million different varieties of the common cold, from what I understand. And once you've got that cold, you'll never get it again. So that's why when you're younger, you got a lot of runny noses and you're sneezing and you're coughing or you got a cold. And then as you get older, that's supposed to lessen because your immune system's been built up. Hi, Paul. Didn't know you were live until just now. We'll watch the beginning of the record. Oh, don't waste your time. There's much better things to do than to watch me.
Mr. Ron, thank you for watching.
No, I've never been a marijuana guy, but that's okay. Let's see. I went to the doctor today. He told me in his younger days he wanted to work with Fauci on HIV. He had an N100 mask on it, paper mask over it. It looked like he had a diaper on his face. Scott Nicholson. He wanted to work with Fauci. Yes, somebody, I think Fauci was originally on HIV. I didn't hear about Fauci until Trump brought him out. On COVID from the Christmas cruise filled with mainland China's a stronger reaction with the Pfizer shots. Second shot put me down for a couple of days. Well, man, I had COVID. I can't prove that, but it's when I got back from Vietnam a year and a half ago, and we were in bed for over a month with all the symptoms before it became fashionable. And a couple of months later, in March, it started to get out into the news. And I said, "Hey, I think that's what we have." But I think that somebody was telling me that after 6 months, you can just get it all over again. I could do a whole thing on what I think about COVID, but I won't. At least not now. Okay. Okay. I know. I know. That was a disappointment for me also. Oh, I want to do a whole video on this, but I'll probably keep it private. I was having a really cool conversation with my friend Gary about this whole, the whole, you know, conspiracy theory, I guess we came up with on COVID, and I think we're both right, and we both had the same thoughts because we're both geniuses. Yeah, sure. I've been part of many clinical studies, and we would study 250 people and give 50 of them just sugar pills, and 50 of them took the sugar pills and say they got sick. What is that called? He's got. Oh, the buffet. Okay. All right. All right. I didn't know. Thanks for answering the question, bro. Problems with buffets is I never feel like I got my money's worth because I don't know. It's all looks so yummy, and then I get full, and I'm mad that I can't eat more. There should be like a rest area. You know, you can just go lay down for an hour and then go back, like on Thanksgiving. Everybody eats, twice. But yeah, that would be that might be something that I would treat myself to if I went to Vegas. Would be instead of my usual $5.99 because I have a boarding pass at the Palace Station buffet. I might do something off the hook like that. That and all you can eat sushi. That I miss. That's right. That's right. That's why I don't give advice. Maybe January. We'll see. And your own research. That's true. Ricky made it out, but had an adventure. Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't watch the video, but my friend was telling me it was funny as hell. Not funny, haha, but all right. So let's see. I think I'm going to end it, kids. We're starting to lose viewers.
Oakland Day.
Got my oil changed. Oh, you did? That's cool. You listening from your car or like earphones or something like that? I think Dean has single-handedly tanked the tourism business. Yeah. See, these are the comments that I just live for. They are so funny and creative. I love them. I can sit here and read those all night. Oh my God. Let's see. Is May going to be on the second Paul channel? No. If I did do a different channel, it would be totally different than anything I'm doing here. I'm looking actively here in the Dumaguete, Valencia area for a sidekick, someone that's really funny. So if you know anybody, send them my way. We'll discuss terms.
Surprise.
Let's see. The ties are confrontational when you, I think you're saying least expected. I didn't experience that, but I don't pretend to know everything. I was only there for a short period of time. Let's see. There's Mr. Ron. I've never felt threatened here in the Philippines. Americans. Yeah, that's true. Let's see. You should have Dean and Bud Brown on at the same time. That's what May said. That's what May said. I'd have to have Bud watch that first before I see, because after everybody watched Dean, the most common comment was, "Ooh, I think I need a shower. I feel dirty." It's like watching a train wreck, It's terrible, but you can't help but watch.
I think it's very nice. Very laughing.
Baby May, your sister is beautiful. Wish she was 20 years younger. Wish her all the best.
Thank you.
John, I don't think she's really worried too much about age. So she's looking for someone that's sincere and looking for. She says she wants a relationship like me and I have,
Yeah.
where we just,
Like your age.
yeah, she likes my older age. There's a joke about the girl that was 23 and just so beautiful, and it's just such a perfect body, and was just, if there's ever a 10, it was her, and she married this 79-year-old guy, and people said, "Why did you marry a guy that was 79?" And her answer was, "Well, I thought he said he was 89." See, crazy people. That's who I've got. We've got tubers, we've got two bets, we got the boys, we got the girls, and we've got the crazy people. And that when I say crazy, I mean in a good way. That's a scary picture. We're parents COVID married without giving you that life dip. Else could create immunity. Okay. I don't know. I guess I should just take whatever the frig I could get so I can get on a plane. Let's quit overthinking it, right? Oh my God. Paul, I don't think you'll find a sidekick, because you're very funny and have a great humor. Thank you for my two Pauls. Well, I don't want another Paul. But I want a guy that gets it. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many guys on here that right now, when I see the comments on Dean, thank you for the compliment, by the way, John. But when I see the comments on Dean, I think, oh man, I wish this guy lived here, and him and I could hook up, because I know that our sense of humor is the same, and we get things the same, and we can, like, people liked it when Mark and I got together because we'd break each other's balls. And same thing with Bud Brown. But we still have different senses of humor. There's just a certain, I'm much more sarcastic. And so that's kind of what I'm looking for. And I love guys like, I love it when Norm Macdonald is on with Conan O'Brien, the dynamic that happens between them. I'm really jealous of it. All right. Good luck on your move. Thank you for today's great live stream. God bless you, and babe. Catch you nice one. Peace, brother. And that is peace out from us. Okay. We're going to end on that. That's my buddy Upland Dave, AKA China Dave, who's not from China, but he's from Upland, and he's going to pick me up at the airport. Okay. So we're going to end on that. That's a good comment right there. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for joining us today. Bye. God bless all of you. And remember, be nice to each other.